Hi, I'm Emily Rose.
And I'm Dan Philgreen. Welcome to Shell Point Today for Tuesday, June 26th.
We get your day running by meeting one Shell Point resident who spent her life caring for others.
I graduated in 1945 from high school. The government was still offering the cadet nurse program, which was simply a training school for nurses.
We joined Marge Lee for another creative episode of Art Chat.
Now, usually we're sitting and chatting with artists in a studio, but this is obviously not.
This is my studio.
This is your studio.
Right.
Talk to us about what we're doing here. This is a form of painting called plein air.
The Legacy Foundation drops by to discuss long-term care insurance.
I mean, our residents are planners. And so a lot of times residents come to Shell Point not knowing what the future was going to hold, and so they have a long-term care policy, sometimes purchased many years ago, and sometimes they haven't looked at them in a while. So we encourage them to come by the Legacy Foundation, and we'll take a look at their long-term care policy with them.
And we head to the fitness center for another fit tip.
I'm going to be using the Pilates mat table to demonstrate an exercise that we just call around Shell Point sit to stand.
But first, we're taking a microscopic look back on this day in history. It was June 26, 2000, when following 10 years of research, the first map of the human genome was completed. The Human Genome Project was formally launched 10 years earlier and would go on to become the most government-sponsored sequencing in history. 20 universities in 6 countries assisted with the research, which looked to identify and map all the genes of the human genome from both a physical and functional standpoint. By creating this DNA mapping, scientists have been able to use the collected research to better understand diseases, offer advancements in forensics, and trace human ancestry like never before. The Human Genome Project has been an essential scientific advancement and laid the groundwork for many technological and medical breakthroughs over the past 20 years.
We want to remind everyone that today at 2 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room is the Senior to Senior Fostering Program sponsored by the Gulf Coast Humane Society. Drop by to learn from Humane Society representatives about the history of the organization and how they impact the community today. You will also be introduced to some of the furry ambassadors and perhaps even get information about potential volunteer opportunities. If you're an animal lover, then this is the perfect event for you.
If you fancy yourself as more of a globetrotter, then you're going to want to grab a seat at tomorrow's presentation that prepares you for international travel. At 1 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room, join Shell Point's own Dr. Gary Goforth as he discusses how you should prepare for international travel. Dr. Goforth will look into recommended vaccines, travel health insurance, staying safe abroad, and much more. Having led over 50 medical mission trips, Dr. Goforth is a fountain of information when it comes to international travel. So, if you're planning an upcoming excursion, then make sure you attend this informative presentation.
It's hard to believe that next week is July, and to celebrate, the Resident Dance Committee will be throwing a summer dance party. Here you'll be able to hit the dance floor and try some iconic moves like the waltz, foxtrot, and jitterbug. Food and beverages will be provided, and all the music will be coming from a live band. Sign up is required, so if you're looking for a reason to break out your line dancing skills, then head to any concierge desk and strap on those dancing shoes.
We want to take some time to address a serious issue that many residents have been facing recently: phone call scam artists. Criminal phone scammers and con artists will try to trick you into divulging important personal information by saying they're calling from the IRS or your bank or even Medicare. We want to remind everyone that you should never give your banking or social security number or any other personal information to someone who has called you on the telephone. If you think someone is trying to scam you, always feel free to just hang up and end the conversation.
With the revitalizing efforts of the Crystal Dining Room underway, you might be looking to try some new places for lunch. Well, how about dropping by the Blend inside the Woodlands Commons? Enjoy a freshly prepared breakfast sandwich or a vibrant and tasty salad. You can also enjoy freshly brewed coffee, which is perfect alongside some of their amazing gelato. You can even take your breakfast or lunch to the outside seating and enjoy your meal with a view overlooking Osprey Pond. Blend is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., so head on over and check out the newest addition to Shell Point's dining lineup.
At Shell Point, there is no shortage of amazing artists creating inspiring artwork. That's why we like to send former curator Marge Lee into the community, where she meets these maestros for an all-new Art Chat.